So I don't have a regular video for you all this week because E3 kinda ate up all my time, but that's okay because instead you get a new My Dream MMO, where I talk about what would be in my dream MMO. And remember, it's just a dream, so don't spaz out like so many people have the tendency to do. It's been a while since I've done one of these, but so far we've talked about races, endgame, and progression. So I think now is a good time to talk about combat. Yes, the bread and butter of pretty much any MMO, as long as your bread and butter kicks major ass. Now you would think with how complicated some of my other ideas have been, that this one might get a bit weird. But actually, this one's pretty simple. I've always been a fan of the combat systems in the Dark Souls games and the Batman games, but most recently, and probably most of all, I have enjoyed the combat of Shadows of Mordor. Honestly, it's a game I come back to specifically for the combat. Basically, if a developer could get this type of combat into an MMO, I would suck their metaphorical. With my desire to have brand new players come into the game and immediately be useful to higher level players, thereby doing away with level barriers, this type of combat is one of the ways to accomplish this. It is combat that truly involves a level of skill. You could be an extremely seasoned player but not understand the combat as well as someone new and get your ass kicked. Now, a lot of people would say that this might be a bit easy due to a lot of people just spamming parry all of the time, but my combat would also involve fireballs and magic skills which can't really be parried. Also, having skills that can stun people who are trying to parry helps add an additional layer there. Throw in archery and other combat skills, and this could truly be something to behold. I would also like to have the scale of the combat in my MMO be similar to Shadows of Mordor, with dozens upon dozens of enemies throwing themselves at you trying to take you down. In nearly every MMO, the story of the game is that you are some great hero, but for some reason you can only take on one giant rat at a time? What? Hell no! I want Lord of the Rings-esque battles where I'm taking down hundreds of guys by myself, because I'm just that badass. Then for situations like PvP, you can have one-on-one battles, but even then, I'd like to think a skilled enough player should be able to take down 2 or 3 lesser players. Now for PvP, I would likely have to do away with cool finisher moves, but I can make them work in some other way. It would really need some balancing and testing of course, but I think it could work. This is also another way for defensive skills to come into play. The higher level you have in a certain defense skill, the better you could be at defending against certain kind of attacks, I don't know. I would also like stealth to work the same way it kinda does in Shadows of Mordor. Simply turning invisible is kinda silly. You should probably just become a bit opaque or something, and if you should go into high grass or bushes, then you should get some extra invisibility. Frankly, I think this is the most fun and most engaging and most skilled combat system possible. Now, how to make that work in an MMO? I don't know. But make it work, someone. And that was my dream MMO combat. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button for future videos. I've also put 2 of my other My Dream MMO videos for you to watch right up here so you can catch up. And if you like this video, make sure to share it on your social media, and you can also donate to me on Patreon. Thanks for watching.